And I honestly couldn't believe that he said that about my family. Hello everyone, it's Har in Korea, and today I am back with another sit down and talk video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about things that my boyfriend has done or continues to do that make me feel like, wow, that man truly loves me and he is the love of my life. So before we get into this video, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. I am trying to grow my channel to 3K subscribers this year so that I can put a sticker on my bingo board for that specific goal. So if you are interested in helping me achieve that goal, I would love if you guys go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, let's get into the video. So I started talking to my boyfriend back in December of 2021. We met on Tinder and I was the one who messaged first. So if you are interested in hearing the full story on how we met, our first date, our first impressions, all of that great stuff, you can check out the video that we made about that somewhere up here. But yeah, we started talking in December of 2021 and we had our first official date on January 1st, 2022. So from the beginning of meeting my boyfriend, it was just constant green flags. I felt like we really clicked in a way that I had never clicked with another person before, and our personalities just really meshed well together. We had a similar humor, and I also just was not used to being treated as somebody's #1 priority or receiving princess treatment or just being told I am very special to somebody. So that was all very new to me. So every date we went on, at the end of the date, I would think in my head like, this is my favorite date. It could not get any better than this. And then the next date, it would get better. If you were to ask me the exact moment I knew I was in love with him or the exact moment I knew he was the one, like that's really hard for me to pinpoint because from the beginning, everything felt so different. To be cliche, I would say from the beginning. But yeah, if I really thought about it, maybe I could pick an exact moment. But instead I'm gonna give you guys a list of reasons that showed me like this man is definitely the one. So we've been dating for a little more than 3 years now. So this list is gonna go from the beginning of our relationship all the way to now. So the first thing that he did and continues to do now that made me feel like, wow, this man really loves me is he started ordering me delivery. So the first time he ordered me delivery, I was on my period, I was having really bad cramps, and you know, when it's that time of the month, you just want something sweet or chocolatey. So he knew I had cramps and he's like, oh, do you want me to order you like a cafe mocha and some bungobang, which is my favorite Korean snack? I was like, oh no, it's okay. Like I can get it delivered to my house if I want. And he's like, no, I'm ordering it right now. I was like, okay. And I just remember the moment like getting it from the door and just feeling like, wow, nobody's ever done that for me before. And maybe that seems like bare minimum, but I don't think it is. And it was really special to me. And from that moment, my boyfriend knows exactly when it's my time of the month. He knows like a couple days before, and usually a couple days before, you know, that time of the month, he will text me or he'll say things like, oh, I know next week is probably gonna be really difficult for you. Like, let me know when you need some delivery. He always makes sure I am stocked up on my favorite candies. He always asks like, do you have dessert in your house for that week? And he doesn't just do this during my time of the month. He does it literally whenever I want. Sometimes, you know, we send a picture when we get home from work every single day to each other, and if he sees a slight change in my face or he thinks like my expression is not happy, even if I wasn't intentionally doing that, he'll be like, do you need delivery today? Let me order you something. And I just think it is so sweet. I love it so much. And the thing I love even more is he'll be like, oh, send me what you want. So I'll send him the order that I want. And when it gets delivered to my door, you know, I'm just like, oh, you can just text me. Like, you don't have to call. It's okay. He'll FaceTime me so that he can see my reaction when I get it and make sure that everything's okay. There's no problem with it. And also, I would say 99.9% of the time, he always orders something I didn't ask for as an extra special treat. So if I ask for an order of bungobang and a coffee, he will also put 3 extra cookies in there. And I just love it so much. Like, I literally don't even have to ask. The second thing that he did that made me feel like, wow, this man is really special is on our 4th date. I think it was our 4th or 5th date. We were in public outside. It was a really beautiful day. And he learned that my favorite movie is Howl's Moving Castle. And so he starts like humming the merry-go-round of life. Like the Howl's Moving Castle waltz, and he starts doing the waltz in public. Like there are people walking by us and he just grabs me and we start like twirling around in public. Like we were outside, but anyway, like people were walking past us and it was only our 4th or 5th date, and at that moment I didn't care what anybody else thought about us. Like I couldn't even focus on anything except what we were doing. I just thought that was a really special moment. All right, the third thing is to go along with the delivery is one time I had a panic attack because I had brought Ghirardelli's brownie mix back from America, but I forgot that I left my oven on the broil setting, and so only the top half cooked, and I was so depressed because I was so excited for those brownies. So later he called me and he's like, oh, how was your night? And I told him, like I said, that I burned my brownies. Within seconds, this man was on Coupang and ordered me boxed brownies. Chef's kiss. Okay, the fourth thing is that he drives a car that has like lights around like the dashboard and like by the door, and when you open the door there's lights on the car, and these lights can change colors. I think there's like 4 or 5 different color settings on his lights, and he likes to change the colors really frequently, but I just thought it was super special because once he learned my favorite color was purple, he always makes sure that when I get into his car the lights are purple, and it was just a very small detail that I really appreciate because it shows like he cares about the small things too. Okay, the 5th thing is I love having somebody that I can be silly with, and so one day I sent him some of my old MySpace photos that I had when I was, I don't know, I guess I probably would have had MySpace when I was maybe like 12, 13. And so I sent him some of my old poses and photos, and he recreated those poses and photos, and it had me dying. Like, you know that laugh where you can't breathe for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes? Like I was dying. So when he sent me those pictures, I was like, I need to marry this man. Okay, the 6th thing is the first time he met my mom was in February of 2023. She came to Korea for a 2-week-long trip, and my mom, my boyfriend, and myself, we went to Seoul for a 3-day weekend. And I was so excited because my favorite musical is Sweeney Todd, and my family also really likes that musical too. So we got tickets to go see Sweeney Todd, and before the show starts, my boyfriend just disappears. And I'm like, where did he go? And then he comes back and he had bought my mom a Sweeney Todd mug just because he was thinking like, oh my goodness, like I should buy her something. So I thought that was really cute. Okay, number 7 is in the summer of 2023, we went to a pension and it had a swimming pool, really nice pension. And while we were in the pool, my boyfriend just started picking me up and doing all these different poses. And I had never mentioned to him that that was like my fantasy, but I wrote this long Instagram post about my entire feelings about this situation. So if you want to like check that out, you can either pause the video because I'll put it somewhere here, or you can check it out on Instagram. But ever since I was a little kid, I have always felt fat. And the reason why, I mean, society just tells girls they're fat for literally no reason, right? But growing up, I was always the tallest one in my classes. From kindergarten until middle school, I was always the tallest one among the girls and the boys. It wasn't until I remember 8th grade, finally a boy in my class was taller than me, and it just felt amazing. So I just always remember being like the bigger one, like, and I wasn't even big, I was just tall. And so like kids wouldn't want to be my partner in gym class because like, for example, like, you know, those scooters that you have to push, like we would do activities on those and nobody would want to be my partner because they didn't want to push the big girl. But again, I wasn't even big. As I got into my teenage years and I started watching like romantic movies, and I always saw the guy picking up the girl, and the girl was always skinny. So I always thought like, I need to be skinny so that when I fall in love, a man can pick me up. But that day at the pension, without me saying anything, my boyfriend just made it his mission to see how many different like poses he could pick me up in, and he was having so much fun doing it. Like he's like, let's try this one, let's try that one, let's try this one. You know, it was just a really special moment, and it was like he spoke to my inner child and told my inner child like, Brianna, it's okay, you are not fat. And later that night, I explained to him my entire history regarding my weight and all of the like up and downs I've had regarding this weight. The last guy who broke my heart said something along the lines of, you would be perfect if you weighed 70 kilograms. I'm gonna make another video on the worst things that men have said to me in Korea, but anyway, I told him all of these things, and what he said to me was, you don't have to worry about your weight anymore because I will always lift you up. Okay, I think we're on number 8 now. So number 8 is seeing the way that my boyfriend treated my parents and my family while in America. So after we picked him up from the airport, we went to eat, and he had this big bag of gifts for my parents that he gave them at the breakfast. And he got my mom some really nice, expensive skincare. And then he got my dad a really nice pen, and he got him like a business card holder. And then he also got him like a giant stone bowl, like the kind of bowl that you cook bibimbap in, because my dad has been asking me to bring back one of those, but I never have enough space in my luggage. So yeah, he prepared a lot of gifts for my parents, and my parents were not expecting that. Like, their reaction was just so genuine and special to me. And so seeing how much he spent on my parents was just like, wow, this is really special. Not only the gifts, the entire time we were in America, and he was only there for a week, he did so much. You know, I would tell him to relax, like, come on, like, let's relax, let's go swimming, let's do this. He's like, nope, I gotta go help your dad. Nope, I gotta go see what your dad needs. Oh, I gotta help your mom do the dishes. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Like, I have to make sure everybody has enough help. Like, he was on top of everything, like taking no breaks whatsoever. Like, I remember my dad came up to me and he was like, Brianna, where did you find that man? Like, he's awesome. And then he also came up later like, Brianna, I have nothing else for him to do. Like, he keeps asking, like, what else can he do? So I was like, come on, let's get in the pool. And he's like, nope, I gotta work. And one of the special things that he said to me was, like, when he finally did get to relax, like, we were in the hot tub together at night, and I asked him, I was like, you can take a break throughout the day sometimes. It's okay to take a break and relax. And what he said to me was, I'm not here to have fun. I'm here to become part of your family. And I was so touched that he said that. Yeah, it was a very special moment. Okay, the next thing is, a few months ago, I had the flu, and I was craving Subway and ice cream. Like, I was really craving Subway so badly. I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth. And there's no Subway in my city, like, I can't order it. So I told him this like late at night, right? And I just mentioned it, like, oh, I'm really craving Subway, but I guess I'll have to wait until after, like, I'm better to get Subway. So the next day, he goes to Subway, gets exactly what I want. He then goes and picks up ice cream. He picked up milk and hot chocolate for me. And then he went to this like Castella place, which is basically like this amazing cloud-like pound cake. And he got all of those things, never told me he was coming or doing this. And then he just calls me and he's like, go outside, check your door. And I did, and there was this bag with all of the things inside, and it literally made my entire day. So I just ran downstairs really quickly and I waved to him, and it just felt like a movie. I don't know. The next thing is when he got my bike fixed. My bike needed new tires. I had it for like 2 years. And I was going around to different places in my town trying to get it fixed, but every place was closed on Saturday. And so I was like, okay, like, I'll just go on a weekday before work, which I knew was gonna be really hard for me, but I did try. Like, I'd wake up and he'd be like, oh, did you get your bike fixed? And I was like, no, I couldn't wake up like early enough, and it just didn't happen, okay? And so this kept happening. Like, I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and get my bike fixed. And the next day he would ask like, oh, did you wake up and get your bike fixed? Nope, couldn't wake up. Like, I literally cannot wake up until the time that I have to for work. And so eventually he decided, he's like, I'm just gonna come get it fixed for you. I was like, but all the places are closed on Saturday. He's like, I'm gonna take a day off. In Korea, especially if you work at a Korean company, you don't get a lot of days off, okay? So the fact that he was willing to use one of his days off to come and fix my bike was really touching to me. And so the next week he takes a day off. He drives to my apartment, which it takes him an hour and 30 minutes to get to my apartment, to come and get my bike. I was sleeping. So he comes into my apartment and I was like, oh, I'll come help you move the bike into the car. He's like, nope, I'm gonna do it. So he gets my bike and he moves it into the car. And so I was like, just go to a place in town, like, don't go too far. He drove the bike all the way back to his city because he wanted to make sure everything was gonna be okay with the bike, because his friend's dad owns a bike shop. So he drove the bike all the way back to his city and got the bike fixed. I had budgeted money for this. He refused to tell me how much it cost. Not only did he get the wheels fixed, he got the brakes fixed. He made sure the wheels were premium wheels. Don't really know what that means, but I haven't had to put air in them in like many months. And then he just made sure, like, overall, is there anything else that needs to be fixed? Then he drove the bike all the way back here, so another hour and 30 minutes. And then after we had a quick dinner together, he drove all the way back to his house. So in total, that was 6 hours of driving on his day off just to pay for my bike to get fixed because I couldn't wake up early enough to do it on my own. And also he said he didn't want me to get scammed or have some issue with a language barrier, so that was another reason. But for me, the main reason was I just was not waking up. Okay, the last one is that he took so much effort to help me film a music video. So as you guys know, I love making videos. I love doing special things in my videos. So I really wanted to make a music video for this song called 505 by Arctic Monkeys. If you haven't seen it, please check it out somewhere up here. And I know that's my passion. Like, I wrote an entire script to be in this like music video to help me like bring my dream to life. Like, he would have to do some acting. I didn't know how he felt about that. I had never asked him to do something like that before. And so I thought it was gonna be really awkward for him, and I just wanted to get it done as quickly as possible so he wouldn't feel awkward. This man put just as much effort into this music video as me. Like, he took it so seriously. And I know, like, this is not something that really is like he really cares about, right? But because I care about it, he cares about it. He was the one who did all of like the filming, like the scenery filming. Like, he was getting those angles, turning the cameras in all different ways. It was so cute to watch him. Like, he'd be like, no, that's not right, I have to do it again. Like, he would do it again. It was just the cutest thing to watch. And it made me feel like, wow, somebody really cares about my passions this much. After we'd film a scene, he would stop and be like, check it, make sure it's good. And if you want to do it again, we're going to do it again. Like, he wanted it to turn out so good because he knew that's what I wanted. I had to change my camera battery, so the camera angle changed, that's why. But yeah, those are all of the reasons that really stood out to me when it comes to realizing like, wow, this man really, really loves me. But just a like statement to like wrap everything up is the thing that's really special to me about my boyfriend is he takes my passion so seriously. Like, if I want to do something, even if I think it's stupid, even if I think it's silly, like, he'll be like, no, if you want to do it, we're gonna make it happen. Even if it's something that has to happen like years in the future, he's always like, let's make it happen. Like, it doesn't have to be a joke. Like, we can make it happen if that's what you want. I just think that is very special, and it just makes me feel very loved that he truly cares about what I want and all of my passions. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below what was your favorite reason that I gave, or what was the cutest reason, the one that surprised you the most, or the biggest green flag that I stated. I really do hope this video didn't come off as bragging. I just really wanted to, you know, talk about my boyfriend because I love him so much, and it just feels really nice to not be stuck in the terrible situations that I was in prior to meeting him when it came to men. And I was always treated like trash by men in Korea, but finally meeting somebody who treats me like I'm his entire world is, you know, I'm still not really used to it after 3 years. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about my boyfriend and say some good things, and I hope it didn't come off as offensive to anybody or rude, because that was not my intention at all. I would never want to do that because I definitely know, like, again, I spent 4 years in the trash can because of men. So I know what that feels like. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like. If you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that, please. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!